Someone buried something under your house years ago and it's starting. Archangel Michael says, be still and listen to what you've been ignoring for far too long. The earth beneath your feet remembers what you don't, and something once hidden is beginning to awaken. This isn't just a message, it's a revelation sent to shake the dust off secrets that should never have been kept quiet. It began many years ago, before you ever lived where you are now. Someone with trembling hands and racing thoughts dug into the cold ground and placed something beneath the foundation. It wasn't trash, and it wasn't forgotten. No, it was hidden deliberately, with fear and intent. That soil now carries more than roots and insects. It carries energy, whispers, and movements that should not be. You felt strange pulls at night, that chill that moves through the walls, or the way your dreams feel more like memories. That's not coincidence. It's activation. The energy has started rising through the cracks, invisible to most, but not to you. You've sensed it, sensed someone watching from the shadows of a place you should feel safe. The air in your home hasn't felt the same, and your instincts are screaming louder each night. Type Amen to get blessing 333. The truth is, the person who buried it wanted it lost forever. But the spiritual laws of this world don't allow darkness to remain buried when the light comes knocking. And light is now knocking at your door, violently, urgently, relentlessly. This wasn't just a box or old letters. It was something far deeper, something spiritual. There's a curse sealed beneath your home, tied to bloodlines, betrayal, and a desperate act of revenge. It belongs to someone whose pain never got resolved, and their energy clings like smoke to the walls of your house. Archangel Michael says, not everyone who walks into your home can handle what's inside it. Some guests leave uneasy, some children cry without reason, and pets refuse to walk into certain rooms. These are not random reactions, they are warning signs. You may have tried to brush it off as imagination, or bad dreams, or the weather. But now the sounds are becoming clearer, and the air heavier. And something is coming closer, rising faster, urging you to listen to this message and act before it's too late. Type Amen to get blessing 544. There is an object buried just beneath your home's corner foundation, one wrapped in old cloth, sealed with a black thread and a rusted coin. It was part of an old ritual, meant to bind someone's fate to suffering and to confuse anyone who dared to find it. But you were never meant to suffer from this. The one who buried it is long gone, but the energy they left behind never left. The soil took it in like a sponge, holding onto the resentment, the grief, the rage. And that emotion has been slowly leaking into your life, shifting your relationships, disrupting your sleep, weakening your clarity. You may wonder why things have felt stuck lately, why certain blessings feel delayed or reversed. It's because energy like this acts like a spiritual blockage, clouding your aura and sabotaging divine timing. It was never meant for you, but now you live on top of it, and that means it must be handled. It wants to be released, but only with permission, and you are the only one who can give it. Type Amen to get blessing 119. Archangel Michael says, every house has a history, but yours carries more than memory, it carries intention. And not all intentions are holy. Some were born from jealousy, heartbreak, and envy. The person who buried it did so in the dead of night after watching your home for days. They believed by burying that item, they could seal away a future that belonged to someone else. But fate doesn't forget. And karma always comes back to the address it was sent from. This energy has tried to speak through flickering lights, malfunctioning electronics, cold spots in warm rooms, and that eerie silence when everything suddenly stops. You've noticed it, but dismissed it. Now, it demands attention. At exactly 3:15 a.m., there's a shift in the spiritual veil around your home. That's when the air feels thinner, and movement happens in corners you can't quite look at. That's when the buried presence begins to stir the strongest. Type Amen to get blessing 888. The item beneath your home is not just physical, it's symbolic. It represents a betrayal that happened generations ago, one that spilled over into curses whispered in the dark. A woman was involved, and her tears soaked into the cloth used to bind the item. She cried not because she hated, but because she felt powerless. You've been chosen now, not to suffer this story, but to end it. Your spiritual light is stronger than what was buried, but only if you stand up and acknowledge it. You must break the silence to break the cycle. Someone recently had a dream about your home. They saw shadows moving backward, as if time was unraveling. That person is connected to you, even if they haven't said a word yet. They felt the same energy while standing outside your door. Archangel Michael says, don't let fear silence your action. You don't have to dig it up, but you do have to cleanse it. Your home needs spiritual fire, sound, and declaration. Let the energy know, its time is done here. Type Amen to get blessing 424. You've always been spiritually sensitive, even when you didn't want to admit it. The way you feel when entering certain rooms, or when your chest tightens suddenly, it's all been part of this buried presence pulling at your awareness. But now it's louder than ever. If you don't act, this energy will continue to disrupt the flow of peace in your life. Doors might start creaking open without wind, mirrors might feel like they're watching back, and you may see flashes of movement out the corner of your eye. Don't fear this. You are not weak. You are not alone. Tonight, when the world sleeps, light a white candle. Play soft spiritual music or chanting in your space. Speak the words, whatever was buried here to bring harm, its time ends tonight. I claim this space for peace, healing, and divine protection. Type Amen to get blessing 717. There is someone in your bloodline who prayed for this moment. They couldn't fix it during their lifetime, but they knew someone would come with the courage to face it. That someone is you. That's why certain things have delayed in your life: relationships, financial flows, even health. The energy underneath has tangled up the frequencies of your blessings. Once it is cleansed, you'll feel like you're breathing a new atmosphere inside your own home. The wind may howl outside, and shadows may dance, but once light speaks, darkness cannot stay. The buried truth is no longer a secret. Your home is sacred, and the time has come to reclaim it. Archangel Michael says, the curse buried was meant to weaken love, confuse emotions, and bring misfortune to anyone living above it. But the moment you become aware of it, it loses half its power. And now, you are aware. Type Amen to get blessing 999. The spiritual vibration in your home is shifting as you read this message. The very walls are listening now, responding to the awareness you re-unlocking. Energy doesn't lie, it remembers, it repeats, and it reacts. You've probably felt drained lately, waking up tired even after full sleep. That's not normal exhaustion, that's the result of spiritual weight sitting right beneath your floor. It's been feeding off silence, but your voice will starve it. Start by walking room to room and declaring, "This home is protected. No darkness buried beneath me shall rise above me." It may sound simple, but words hold power, especially when spoken with intent. That buried object fears your voice. Some family members or past residents may have noticed similar things but never had the courage to speak up. They may have passed down stories disguised as dreams, myths, or just weird feelings about that spot near the hallway or the basement corner. Don't ignore those signs anymore. Type Amen to get blessing 113. What was hidden wasn't just meant to damage, it was meant to delay. Delays in marriage, in financial stability, in trust between family. It was meant to confuse love and sever deep connections. But you, chosen one, carry the key to reverse all of it. When the moonlight hits your roof tonight, something will try to distract you, whether a strange noise or an intense feeling to do something else. Don't fall for it. Light your candle, play the prayer sound, and cleanse your home. The old ritual they used was twisted, but its effects fade when confronted by divine will. And Archangel Michael says you were never meant to suffer because of someone else's cowardice. What they buried in fear, you will uncover with strength. A few nights from now, you may have a dream involving soil, shadows, or even a woman calling your name. Don't panic. It's not to scare you, it's the energy beginning to release itself. It's your soul's way of showing you that the healing has started. Type Amen to get blessing 668. There's also a strange pattern tied to numbers around your home. Look at repeating numbers in the clock, addresses, receipts. It's a sign from higher realms tracking your awakening. Each number is a lock being opened inside your destiny. Your house has served as a spiritual battleground for years without you knowing. But now, the light you carry is pushing back. And the energy underneath has no choice but to surrender or flee. There is someone watching you in spirit, someone who once lived in the house or near it. They couldn't cleanse it then, but they've been waiting for you. You might feel their presence in dreams, in the scent of old flowers, or random chills across your back. You're not alone. Heaven has marked your home for cleansing tonight. Type Amen to get blessing 1010. Start by sprinkling salt around the corners of the house. Then walk with a flame, candlelight or incense, and speak words of release aloud. I call forward all hidden energy to rise now and leave with peace. This home is mine now, and only light lives here. The object beneath the house may eventually decay physically, but its energy won't unless spiritually broken. Your words are more powerful than their rituals. Your awareness is the tool of demolition for their old spells. Don't be surprised if you feel lighter after the cleansing, as though chains you didn't even know were dragging you have snapped away. That's what's supposed to happen. That's what was delayed for so long. The moment you take action tonight, doors will open. Financial breakthroughs, unexpected communication, unseen protection. It will all return to your life like rainfall after drought. Type Amen to get blessing 515. Archangel Michael says, When you sleep after cleansing, keep soft music or spiritual audio playing. Let your room absorb the sound frequencies that reset its energy. Let no silence give space for old shadows to whisper back in. In the next 7 days, 3 things will shift. Someone will apologize who once ghosted you, money owed will begin to surface, and a dream or vision will reveal someone's true intentions. These are all signs that the curse beneath your house is unraveling. This is more than just healing your house, it's freeing your future. You'll notice more laughter, less confusion, more ease in relationships. Even appliances and electronics may begin to work better. The interference is leaving. But don't stop with one night. Cleanse often. Protect regularly. Anoint doorways. Light incense. Speak to your home like a friend who deserves peace. Type Amen to get blessing 234. There's a spiritual inheritance tied to you that was locked until now. You couldn't receive it because your home environment wasn't aligned. Now that it's shifting, Heaven is preparing to release that inheritance in waves. Expect a letter, message, or call that you weren't anticipating. Something delayed is returning. Something blocked is opening. It's the universe correcting what darkness tried to delay. The person who buried that object will feel it too. They may feel unrest, agitation, even confusion out of nowhere. That's the spiritual backlash of justice in motion. What was buried in secrecy will echo back to them in silence. Your light is the alarm clock that darkness dreads. And tonight, that alarm has been rung. Type Amen to get blessing 777. You'll start seeing butterflies or feathers in strange places after this. These are signs of spiritual cleansing. The earth under your home may even shift subtly. Small cracks, strange dreams, or unexpected calmness. These are not to be feared, they are confirmations. Someone in your family line once tried to move away from this energy, but it followed. It wasn't the house, it was the item buried and the intention surrounding it. By confronting it now, you're not just saving yourself, but generations that follow you. There will come a day soon where someone says to you, something's changed about you. And it won't be just your smile or your peace, it will be your aura, finally unburdened. You've done what many wouldn't dare to do. You faced what others fled from. Type Amen to get blessing 303. Archangel Michael says, light will always demand to be seen, even beneath layers of dust and decades of silence. Tonight, your home becomes a testimony, not of fear, but of divine reversal. You were never alone. Even in moments when the night felt longer, and the air was still, angels stood watch at the corners of your room, waiting, watching, and now, acting. The buried truth is no longer your burden, it's your power, because you now own the knowledge, the intention, and the right to rise above it. If you feel emotional, let yourself cry. That's the soul unbinding from a weight it never chose. That's the vibration of release. Type Amen to get blessing 666. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. Your next chapter is free of what was hidden under you. You are no longer walking on cursed soil. You are walking on redeemed ground. Claim your peace. Reclaim your home. Declare your inheritance. And walk forward knowing, what was buried is now broken. What was hidden is now exposed. And what was meant for harm has become your greatest awakening. Type Amen to get blessing 000. The spiritual chains that once wrapped around your ankles are falling off one by one. You may even feel a deep exhale tonight, not just from your lungs, but from your soul. That is the sound of generations being released from what was never theirs to carry. You'll begin to notice your thoughts becoming clearer, sharper, more inspired. What used to be heavy to process will now feel easier, lighter, and divinely guided. That's because the blocked flow beneath your home has been cleared. Archangel Michael says, "You may not have realized it, but every step you've taken recently led you to this divine moment. Even your confusion, your delays, your heartbreaks, each one nudged you closer to awakening the truth. And now that you've opened this message, it's irreversible. Something big is coming. Not in fear, but in breakthrough." Type Amen to get blessing 383. From this day forward, you may find it harder to tolerate dishonesty, fake people, or even toxic habits. That's not coincidence. That's alignment. As the energy under your home rises and transforms, so do your standards. You may be asked soon to make a decision, one you feel nervous about. Don't second-guess it. Spirit will confirm your path through signs, music lyrics, dreams, feathers, coins, or even sudden peaceful silence. Pay attention to your pets or little children. They are extremely sensitive to spiritual environments. After tonight, they may begin sleeping better, playing in new spaces, or gazing into corners with peace. These are all signals that the old dark force has left the building. When the soil purifies, so does the air. Type Amen to get blessing 992. You are about to enter a season where your house is not just a shelter, but a sanctuary. There will be joy in places once quiet, laughter in corners once heavy, prayer in rooms once clouded by sorrow. Someone who once avoided coming over will start visiting again. That's not random. That's proof of how the atmosphere has shifted. Even people outside will start saying your home feels different. The spiritual world knows when a light turns on. And your house just turned into a lighthouse for blessings. You are not cursed, you are chosen. You are not surrounded by fear, you are surrounded by protection. You are not walking alone. You are walking with angels. Type Amen to get blessing 1212. The object buried may remain physically hidden, but it no longer holds the same spiritual weight. The moment you spoke with courage, the chains binding it began to crack. That's all Spirit needed, your agreement to rise. Your lineage thanks you, even if you never hear the words. Someone in your ancestry, on your mother's or father's side, once cried out to God for a cycle to be broken. You are their answered prayer. And what's coming next will prove that. New relationships, divine opportunities, unexplainable protection, financial provision. It's all preparing to knock at your door, and this time, nothing will block it from entering. Type Amen to get blessing 744. Do not be surprised if your senses intensify. You may begin hearing things before they happen, feeling emotions of others more clearly, or knowing truths without evidence. That's not paranoia. It's your spiritual elevation. As the old energy departs, your spiritual gifts increase. As the house gets lighter, your intuition gets louder. And as darkness flees, your destiny clears. Someone will come back from your past, seeking forgiveness. Whether you give it or not is your decision, but know this: their return is part of your confirmation. It shows that what was spiritually fogged has now been spiritually cleared. You are no longer stuck. You are no longer suppressed. You are no longer spiritually buried. Type Amen to get blessing 818. Archangel Michael says, tonight is sacred. The stars are aligning over your rooftop in a way that hasn't happened in over 19 years. Even the moonlight is casting differently. Watch the shadows. They've stopped moving. That's how you know something unseen has just left. You'll sleep better now. Not just because your body is tired, but because your spirit is safe. The ground has been cleansed. The cycle has ended. The curse is broken. Light some fresh incense or use oil at your doorway in the coming days. Let it symbolize the seal of new energy. Protect what you've unlocked. Celebrate it. Guard it. Because the worst is over. Type Amen to get blessing 565. You didn't come across this message randomly. Your soul knew when to listen. Your body knew when to pause. And now the universe knows you're ready. A new season is here. And your home, once silenced by buried pain, will now echo with divine life. That's not poetry. That's prophecy. Stand barefoot tomorrow morning, and speak over your home again. This place is mine, and only light may enter. You'll feel the tingle beneath your soles. That's not fantasy, that's freedom. If you wake with tears or joy, don't question it. Let it flow. It's a holy release. Type Amen to get blessing 9999. The night after you finish this cleansing, you may find yourself waking up at unusual hours, between 2 o'clock and 4 a.m. That's not insomnia. That is spiritual realignment. Your body is adjusting to a higher vibration now that the burden under your home has been lifted. Even the wind around your home may feel different, more calm, more warm. You may notice that the air smells sweeter, fresher, like a storm has passed and the garden is waking up. That's not just in your head. That's in your spirit. Archangel Michael says, don't be surprised if a stranger soon speaks life into your situation. Someone will randomly mention energy, light, a shift, or say they've had a dream involving you. That's divine confirmation traveling through others. Be open. Listen closely. The home you live in now is finally matching the person you're becoming. Aligned. Clear. Anointed. Type Amen to get blessing 1444. The burden that once sat beneath your floors was not yours to carry, but you inherited it unknowingly through location, not action. And now, through action, you have broken it. In the next 72 hours, expect 3 signs that your cleansing has reached the heavens: a random gift, an unexpected apology, and a dream of flowing water or fire. All 3 are spiritual approvals. All 3 are promises. Someone who once ignored you or pushed you away will suddenly reach out. They may not understand why they feel drawn to you again. It's because your energy field is no longer cluttered. It is magnetic, charged with divine presence. When the ground beneath you is clean, the doors in front of you open with ease. Type Amen to get blessing 1313. There may still be a lingering presence for a few days, not because it is strong, but because it is trying to stay where it no longer belongs. Do not give it attention. Do not fear it. Light drives out shadows, not the other way around. Every time you pray, it shatters more spiritual debris. Every time you play sacred music, it purifies the unseen corners. Every time you laugh, smile, or sing, it silences the echoes of the past. You may start to remember things more clearly. Old wounds may suddenly begin to heal faster. That's not just emotional, it's energetic. When the house is healed, the heart follows. Archangel Michael says, "Walk boldly now. The battle beneath you is over." Type Amen to get blessing 212. There is a door in your home that will feel different soon. Perhaps one you rarely open, or one that creaks more than the rest. That door is a symbolic passageway for a spiritual release. Open it with authority, bless it with your words, and close it with victory. Someone in your family, possibly an older woman, a grandmother or great-grandmother, tried to warn others long ago about this energy. She wasn't believed. But her prayers have kept your house from collapsing spiritually. Tonight, she smiles in the realm beyond. Watch for a sudden burst of light, sunlight falling perfectly on a table, or a beam shining through an unlikely window. These are not just natural, they're supernatural signs of blessing and visitation. Your home is no longer a hiding place for pain. It is now a host of peace. Type Amen to get blessing 1616. There is a man in spirit watching over you. He knows what was buried. He knows who buried it. He may come to you in a dream, offering guidance or simply peace. He is not to be feared. He is part of the divine cleanup crew. You'll begin to notice small miracles. Keys you thought were lost being found, bills being paid with ease, messages from people you've missed. These aren't coincidences. They're blessings released now that the blockage is gone. And even your physical body may respond, your appetite balancing, your sleep improving, your skin glowing. When the spiritual is aligned, the physical follows. Archangel Michael says, "The war was won in silence, but your joy will be loud." Type Amen to get blessing 727. There is a mirror in your home that once held negative reflections. You may have avoided looking into it too long, or felt uneasy after doing so. Clean that mirror now. Bless it. Speak over it. What once showed pain now reflects peace. Mirrors are portals, and now yours is a window to healing. Your reflection will begin to feel warmer, more loving. That's because your soul is finally seeing itself unchained. You may find old objects in your home that no longer feel right. If so, don't keep them. Donate or dispose of them with honor. They served a purpose, but their energy expired the moment yours shifted. Make room, because what's coming is blessed. Type Amen to get blessing 585. In the coming weeks, you'll feel called to redecorate, rearrange furniture, change colors, or shift certain objects. That's your subconscious rewriting the story of the home. Let it happen. Follow the urge. Let spirit redesign your sanctuary. Don't resist the changes. New energy cannot dwell in an old layout. Bless your rooms with sound, music, affirmations, wind chimes, bells. Movement invites miracles. And if there's one room where you've cried the most, spend time there laughing, singing, or simply speaking life. You are reclaiming that space. You are showing the universe that your home is not haunted by sorrow, it is held by hope. Your voice has power. Let it echo. Type Amen to get blessing 434. The buried energy is now returning to the earth, but in a new form. What was once a curse has now become compost for blessings. The ground is becoming fertile again, for joy, for laughter, for miracles. If you see a plant blooming faster than usual, or flowers growing near your home, know this: your house is being kissed by angels. Nature knows when a place is touched by the divine. The birds that land on your windowsill, the breeze that moves through your curtains, the warmth that covers your bed. These are all signs that peace has claimed this place again. The earth beneath you is not groaning anymore. It is singing. Type Amen to get blessing 1221 and soon, a great opportunity will knock. Not just at your heart, but physically. A new job, a new love, a new home, or even a trip that leads to destiny. Do not hesitate. Walk through the door that opens. Because what once delayed you, can no longer reach you. You've done what generations couldn't. You faced a buried truth and survived. More than that, you healed it. You walked through shadows and came out radiant. This is not just your win, it is your bloodline's resurrection. What began in silence is now ending in glory. Type Amen to get blessing 33333.